Okay, it's the 23rd of 23rd of March. I was gonna say October. It's the 23rd of March, 2026. And it's a Monday. It's another market recap session. Yeah, I know. I keep saying I'm gonna make this a bit more often, actually. I want to show a lot more presence, um, to you, but I'm not doing enough. I don't think I am, even though I think I can. But these things take time, a bit of preparation, and but I can. I just need to get to it really. But I hope you are, if you catch it up, if you catch up with it, sorry, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn something. And of course, yeah, hope you're vibing with it. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so just gonna share my screen now, and like the topic says, truth or tackle. It's the it's the recap, whatever happened today. And I do want to ask you if it's an interesting day. I think it's an interesting day for me. I don't know about you, but yes, interesting day does not necessarily mean, you have to make money or you also have made money. But I have said last week that my bias, even though I tend not to have a bias, but I'm human, I'm social, I'm a living, breathing thing. So all I want to say is that regardless, I've got to sway somewhere based on what I am getting in the markets. And right now, everything is pointing to the left. Well, bottom right, if you can hear all that, if you get what that means. But anyway, so first and foremost, we woke up today just about before the market was about to close. That's what I meant. So just about when the market was about to open, we all woke up to a tweet. Let's find it, shall we? I have it somewhere. It was an interesting one, to be honest, and I will paste it on the screen. And here it is. It says it was a tweet by President Trump. I am pleased. I'm pleased. It kind of feels like, anyway, I'm pleased to report that the United States of America and the country of Iran have had over the last 2 days, very good and productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. Based on the tenor and tone of these in-depth, detailed, and constructive conversations, which will continue throughout the week, I have instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure for a 5-day period, subject to the success of the ongoing meetings and discussions. Thanks for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. There you go. Number one, I am pleased to report, first line, boom, typo. Number two, um, detailed discussion, which, so, is this President Trump? Is this AI? Did somebody just, I don't want to use Photoshop, but there you go. Is it Photoshop? I don't think so, because I went to Truth myself to verify, and I found the tweet there by the president, the most powerful man in the world as we speak. Now, what do we have? Spelling errors. What's that all about? Are we going to blame Biden for that? I don't know. But remember, if you look at my BK line, the market has not been anywhere since when? 20, I think since about 20 something in October. Okay, market has not moved since October. Tonight's session is not gonna be too many charts. That one I can tell you, even though there's always moving parts in the market. But sometimes, the sum is greater than the parts. That's the situation. So you can see my line right here. If I scroll all the way, you can see, oops, sorry. you can see that this is where we are. Can you see the line? 27th of October, this is when the market went touching all-time high. We have not been able to break it. It's only 50 points away or 55 points away. But guess what? Whenever the market is about to break, something happens. We push up, and then again, we release something. So it's been a very structured sell-off. President Trump has been preventing the markets from collapsing. Well, that's what you found today. That's what we had today. And you can see that little green trapped inside this it's I'm going to call it the inside bar. You could see right there, trapped inside this right there. Okay. This is this week. So are we reversing yet? That's what people say. The minute it's time, oh yes, it's time, let's go. I'm sorry to say, this to me seems like a tackle. It kind of feels like, the president wants resolution of the war, of course. He's losing ground. This thing has got to be done before November. It's got to be forgotten. It's got to be in the past. Okay, no matter what. Otherwise, we're gonna have to, the Republicans, they have to kiss goodbye to to the midterms. War is expensive, full stop, and that's what it is. So as a result of that, the president is finding a way out. Okay. And while he said that, we had a statement from the Iranian authorities. And guess what they said? They said they're not talking to the president. So they're not talking to America. So who is President Trump talking to? Considering he said everyone in the Iranian or top leaders in the Iranian government have been eliminated. Well, so what happened as a result of that tweet? Guess, as you know, the markets went on a rapid roaring bull. You can see we were collapsing, we're crashing. That was 579. So, you can see the queues were at 570s. People, shots literally just got obliterated, got liquidated because, like I said, this is a controlled seller, and the market President Trump he doesn't want a total market collapse, not in his name. He's a market man. He's a businessman. He knows these things. Now, what happened? Look at crude oil. Crude oil was down heavily, but guess what? It recalled so it was up heavily, and look at that, boom, and about to collapse more. Guess what happened to gold? We still have so much, so much, so much uncertainty. Gold, everything was, I mean, the opposite just started happening. It's quite funny actually, because I was in corn, and all my profit just got wiped off with one tweet. Your tweets cannot stand beside the president. But again, like I said, not phased. Okay, did I say it's not going to be a lot of charts today? Look at Walmart. All these things that were crushing before, they all started getting a life all of a sudden. Tesla, I've been bearish Tesla for a while. It got a bit of a relief, but look, Tesla is still down. I don't see much going on right now. I think that once the market digests it, human nature, we're going to go back to default. And again, we shall be there. Tesla, Palantir. Palantir is actually, I think I'm looking at Palantir being quite bullish. And that's happened. As you can see, go by my line right there. But long term, I still think it's going to come down. But, I don't know. I'm just saying this is not financial advice because Palantir year to date, down 10%. But the last 1 month, look at that, 23%. Not bad at all. So some of these things are picking up, but overall, the market's still down. I mean, I didn't look at much today. I just looked at a few. Nebius, NBIS, which has been the baby of the year. Guess what happened today? It couldn't pick up. So, there's quite a few. So I was going to say the bull is not all over the place. It's not all across the entire field. And that's what I'm going to say. So, if you are chasing, you will get caught out. What do I think this market is? I still think this market's all about sell the reap. Yes, many people are buying the dip, but I still think it's very much sell the reap. for me anyway. So, um, and again, my baby, my baby got he got crushed basically. You know, when the market is up, he's getting crushed. But you can see right there, you know, he's been trying to catch a beat, but he can't. So we shall see. There's a structure playing out, which I'm watching, and I'm not. I'm just watching this market really, honestly. There's not a lot there for me. Well, I do have something. There is a lot there for me. But all I'm just gonna say is that you've got to be careful, know what game you're playing. If you're chasing, look, there's anything technical analysis in this market while it's still working. But what is trumping everything? It's Iranian news. It's Iranian news. You got to download Truth Social. I'm sorry, I'm watching every peep. I'm watching everything that's going on there. So, Truth Social, watching everything going on. What was I going to say again? There's a lot going on, you know, corporate news, etc. But I don't want to talk about that. I just want to talk. I want to keep everything to this one today. And like I said again, it's down. But look at DXY, DXY especially. That was, you know, that was gaining ground. It was already 100. The president doesn't want it. But what do you see? At some point, I'm sorry, guys. This is going to be a forced move and it's going to break. It's going to break aggressively. You can't keep this on a low forever. But that's just the way the market sees. So know your game, know what you're playing. Don't chase every headlines, every move. So do I think it's the end? No, I don't think it's the end. Do I think liquidity is back? No, I don't, because in fact, pardon me, some of these markets, some of these positions, they ramped, the leaped, or the leapt rather. But guess what? They couldn't hold it. So they were still there, you know, in bits, but they just couldn't keep hold of it. So that just tells me liquidity is not fully back. Everyone reacted to that one single tweet, but has it changed anything on the ground? I don't think so, because I think after a few minutes after that, we saw some, you know, we read about, you know, Iranian targets still firing at at some of the Middle Eastern countries anyway. So don't get carried away. That's all I'm saying. Don't chase headline. It might get too late. Understand your game. If you're a long timer, define your level and then go in. If you're not, relax, sit back and wait. Okay? But until then, I shall see you tomorrow. Tonight's session is just meant to be a little bit of psychology, let you understand the great move that happened today, that played out today. Even I kind of was caught out, but there you go. It is what it is. Until then, have a good night, guys, and God bless. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.